Today, I'm going to show you how any player, no matter your position, speed, or skill, can become the most valuable player on the team. And no, you don't need crazy skills like Neymar or dribbling like Yamal. While those things are nice, they're not what truly make a player stand out. The real key is simple: help your team win. So in this video, I'll break down exactly how to do that through three things that matter the most: score goals, create chances, or stop them. If you can master just one of these, I promise you'll stand out. I know because these are the same principles I used to get scouted and earn a full scholarship to play football for my university. Alright, let's start with the most obvious way to help your team win: scoring goals. But think of it like this. Imagine you're a coach, you've got two players. Player A has crazy skills, tons of flair, and super fast, but barely ever scores. Player B isn't quick, isn't flashy, but somehow is always in the right place and ends up getting the ball in the back of the net. Who are you starting? Probably player B, right? That's because results matter. And that's the first big lesson. You don't need to be the most skilled or the fastest, because if you can score goals consistently, you're valuable. So the big question is, how can you start scoring more goals right now? Because here's the thing, most players do struggle to score, but it's not because they can't finish. It's because they never get the chance. So the first thing you need to be able to do is get yourself into scoring positions. So here's two key habits to change that. The first habit is always find space. Too many players get sucked into the trap of just ball watching. Instead, scan the pitch constantly for dangerous areas. For example, if the play is shifting to one side, that often means space is opening up on the opposite side. Those are the pockets you want to attack. So the second habit is learning how to time your runs. If you make your move too early, defenders track you, or you run offside. But if you pause, read the play, and then explode into space, that's how you beat the back line and arrive in scoring areas unmarked. Now that you're in a great scoring position, how do you actually put the ball in the back of the net? Here's a simple 3-step finishing process that I use, and I know it'll work for you too. First, use the space you created. Because you timed your run well, you should have a yard or two of separation. Then, it's about setting up a smooth transition into your shot. With ideally one touch, you want to push the ball into space. Now think about precision over power. This is probably different from what you've heard before, but forget about blasting the ball. Use the inside of your foot and simply think about passing the ball into the inside of the post. Don't overthink spin or power, just pass it. I like to think that there's a teammate standing right at the post and all I'm doing is playing a hard pass into them. If you want a full breakdown on how to actually shoot like this, then just let me know in the comments below and I'd be happy to make a video on this. To end this section, here's a bonus tip that almost nobody talks about. Rebounds are free goals. It sounds obvious, but very few players actually do this. So remember player B from earlier, the one that just kept scoring? Well, here's their secret. They never switch off after a shot is taken. Always crash the box. Most players stop, you don't. You'll be shocked how many goals you actually score just by staying alert and being in the right spot for a rebound. Because remember what we said, it's all about the results. Because a goal is a goal. And that rebound could be the difference between losing a game or you becoming the hero by scoring the game-winning goal. Let's move on to the second way to helping your team win: creating goals. If this is your strength, you're not just another player. You become the heartbeat of your team. You're the one your teammates look to when they're under pressure, and you always make the right decision. And when you earn that trust, you become necessary to have on the pitch. Sounds like a lot of pressure, right? Don't worry, it's actually simple. And this can even work if you're still developing your skills. So here's how. It all starts with confidence. Because if you don't trust yourself, your teammates won't either. And if they don't trust you, you'll never get the ball. But let me ask you, what does confidence mean to you? Does it mean believing in yourself? Or maybe having a certain swagger to your game? Because to me, confidence is about how you respond to mistakes. Do you fail and never try again? Or do you learn from it and improve? I say this because everyone loses the ball. Everybody messes up. The difference? Great players work hard to get it back and learn from their mistakes. That's it. You don't need skill to chase down the ball. you just need effort. And once you realize you can recover from mistakes, taking risks become easier, and you'll start growing way faster. So remember, make a mistake, learn from it, and fix it. That's how confidence is built. Now that you're confident in yourself, let your creativity out. Play unpredictable. And here's the best part. You can do this without learning all those fancy skills you see online. The fact is, some of the most effective skills don't even rely on touching the ball. These are things like body feints, shoulder drops, head fakes, fake shots, crossovers. There's a lot. But the key to all, sell the fake. You have to feel that you're actually going to sprint or cut in a direction. If you believe it, the defender will too. By using simple, effective fakes, you'll get your defender off balance and guessing your next move. Now that you're confident and playing with creativity, put everything together with this. Find your team's goal scorer. Or if that's not on, just move the ball out of pressure. Remember, you are your team's heartbeat, the outlet, the player that keeps the attack alive. This doesn't always mean getting assists. It means keeping the play going until the assist can happen. You don't have to be flashy, you just have to be reliable. Because when you can keep possession and make smart decisions, your teammates are always going to want to give you the ball. Think about it. You would too, right? Now, for the final piece, stopping goals. And I know what some of you are probably thinking. I don't play defense, so I don't need this. But trust me, I used to think like that, and it landed me right out of the starting 11 and onto the bench. Honestly, it sucked. But it taught me something important. Unless you're an absolute goal-scoring machine, you have to contribute defensively. Like I said at the start of this video, the way to stand out is to help your team win. And if you're the weak link who doesn't track back, be prepared to be benched. But that's not you, right? You're willing to work hard and level up your game. So here are 3 extra things that will instantly make you more valuable defensively. The first thing is be the communicator. Stopping goals starts before the opponent even attacks. Talk, organize, point out unmarked players. Let teammates know when to shift. Most players stay quiet, but when you start directing traffic, you become the one others listen to and rely on. Because communication equals leadership, and leaders always get noticed. Secondly, always try to think one step ahead. The best defenders don't just react, they anticipate. Let's use what you learned in the last section. If attackers are playing predictable, use that to your advantage. Cut off passing lanes, shift early into positions, time your pressure to win the ball clean. And if you get beat, no problem. Recover fast and keep fighting. Coaches don't just notice clean tackles, they notice effort. My third and final tip is finish the job. This step is crucial and is where I see players go wrong all the time. They work so hard to win the ball back, then just kick it away, thinking, my job is done. But what's the point of winning the ball if you just give it right back? So again, unless you're under a bunch of pressure, don't panic. Don't boot it away. Instead, get your head up and connect a pass. This is how you go from just defending to starting attacks. So if you want to be the most valuable player in your team, remember this: score goals, create chances, or stop them. You don't need to be the flashiest or the fastest. You just need to help your team win.